Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another video. All right, y'all, just back with this real quick video here. I was just checking out my IG, and I saw Carla Esparza, her most recent post. This was just posted like, 5-6 hours ago. Let me go ahead and pull it up here. But Carla Esparza, she, kind of made her little response to not getting the title shot. And once again, it's a bit of a diplomatic response. I know how a lot of people feel about that. Let me go ahead and pull it up here. So Carla Esparza said this on her latest post. I've worked many years to fight my way back to a title shot. I have faith good things will come, and in the meantime, I will use this time to strength build and skill build. May the best woman win. I got next. So if y'all are not familiar with what's going on in the strawweight division, as y'all know, Rose Weili and Zhang Weili, they're scheduled to run it back in November for UFC 268, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm doing this off top. 268, well, it's in November. But yeah, it was going to come down to these two challenges for Rose Namajunas, these two rematches for Rose Namajunas. But as y'all know, Zhang Weili was pretty much going to be a shoe-in, not just necessarily for threat-wise or rivalry-wise, but it came down to dollars. It came down to money, and I knew this too. It's just on my channel, like I said, I'm talking about the fights I want and the fights that really need to happen. Carla Esparza versus Rose makes more sense. When it comes down to it, it makes more sense than Zhang Weili getting a rematch. But the thing is, Zhang Weili's fight makes more dollars than it does sense, right? If that makes sense to y'all. So yeah, I knew Zhang Weili was going to get it. So in the meantime, we knew that Carla Esparza was going to have to take the back seat. We could talk up the fight. She could talk it up however she wants, which I'll talk about here in a minute. But Zhang Weili was going to get it. Zhang Weili has the country behind her, Rose Namajunas. Kind of built this fight up with a lot of crazy things said on the, behind the scenes before the fight. So it kind of built up a rivalry here. It built up something a little bit more than just a good fight. Which is why a lot of people want to see it now. Zhang Weili has a lot of fans, Rose has a lot of fans, and they're, like I said, they're both on both sides of the fence about what was said and how things are playing out. So when you factor all that in, a lot of drama brings a lot of money sometimes, right? People just don't want to see a good fight. I would just want to see a good fight. That's why I think Carla deserves it. But in the meantime, this is something we talked about. What does Carla do? Sit back or, take another fight? And it seems like she's doing the smart thing with this response. She said, I have faith good things will come. And in the meantime, I'll use this time to strength build and skill build, which means she's probably just going to sit out and wait. That's why she said, I got next, because she knows from here she should be guaranteed a title shot, which I agree with. The best thing to do right now, is not take another fight, because, she's already fought 5 fights in a row, won all 5 fights against top 15 contenders, right? Top 15 opponents. So from here, what else is there to do? No more fights. Just sit back and, like she said, strength build and skill build. And I think that's really been helping her out over the past 7 years. Has been, kind of sitting back, refining things, working on her weaknesses, building up her strength throughout the 7 years since winning the title and losing it. She's definitely gotten stronger as a fighter, and I think she's proven that enough now in her last 5 fights that her physical strength is there and improvements in her wrestling is there. And when you talk about skill building, she's definitely building up her striking. So I think it's definitely going to benefit her now to just sit out and kind of build the mental strength up for what will be the biggest fight of her career, taking on the winner of Rose versus Weili, so I think that's definitely something she should do, and I think that's a smart thing to do. But going back to, like everybody was saying, she should have did this, she should have that, she should have spoke out more. I'm kind of 60-40 on that, 70-30, like 70% it wouldn't have worked, but 30% it would, 60 it would have worked, 40 it wouldn't. I'm kind of on the fence with that, because it really does just come down to money. And at this point, I don't think anything Carla said would have got her the rematch. Now, if Carla was more out there more and built up her fan base, if she worked a little bit harder at building up her fan base, to catch up somewhat with Zhang Weili, I think she would have got that fight. Like, if she could have at least reached like Mackenzie Dern status, she would have got that fight, because then they would have said, okay, this is still a good fight. There's history behind it. Everybody wants it. You know what I mean? Like, whereas where she stands now, Dana White's definitely going to, in the matchmaker's definitely going to say, oh, no, we can't pass this up. We cannot pass this up. We got to get these two, Zhang Weili, to run it back again. There's too much riding on this now. You know, with China behind this and all the money we invested, we got to rock now. You know, but with Carla Esparza kind of in the position she is, where she's not really out there as much, you know, which, you know, if you're not really a talkative person, that's fine, but you need to be out there with the fans and building with them. You know, not many people are going to back you when it comes down to it. You know, the hardcores like us, her training camp, you know, the people around her, the ones that know the game, they're going to say, and like me, they're going to say you deserve it no matter what. But there's still that other layer, like Wmma Weili has automatically, that's going to put her in a position as a shoe-in, whether she, you know, whether she looked good or not in the rematch. I mean, whether she looked good in the first fight or not, right? That's why she's getting it. You know, so I think, you know, it just came down to money here. And people can compare it to Juliana Pena. That was the next point. But it's different because y'all got to remember, this is a juicy division. Strawweight is juicy, so it is always going to kind of be like, who do we give it to? Who do we give it to? Oh, man, is it Joanna? Is it Wmma Weili? Is it Carla? Is it Mackenzie Dern? Rodriguez winner? Who gets it? Who gets it? You know, because there's a lot of talent there. But when you look at 135, it's already a little dry, right? You know, Amanda Nunes has already beaten GDR. She's already beaten Holly Holm. You know, Aspen Ladd's not ready for that fight. So who else down the rankings can kind of take advantage of this position right now? Juliana Pena. You know, Juliana Pena may have lost to GDR. She may be down at the number 6, 7 spot, but she's talking and she knows that the pickings are slim right now. Everybody else has gotten their turn. So it's all about mic skills and perfect timing, though. You know, not every time mic skills are going to get you what you need, but it's all about perfect timing. You know what I mean? Like, I think Carla, hers was perfect timing, but the money just outweighed it. You know, it did outweigh it because, yeah, we all said, okay, she defeated Yan Xiaonan, but there was still something out there, you know, with the way the Wmma Weili fight ended, and there's still so much money on it that it's not going to guarantee her what she needs. You know, it's not going to guarantee her that, oh, I'm going to get in before Wmma Weili. Still come down to money, man. This is a rivalry they want to continue. So, yeah, man, like I said, Carla Esparza, you know, she just posted this up today. She said she has faith good things will happen, which I pretty much think that, yeah, however this fight goes, even if Wmma Weili wins this fight, you know, Carla will be next in line. I don't think they'll push a rubber match yet. They've never really done that in the UFC yet, right? You know, where they just continue 3 fights in a row. Was it Stipe and DC did that, though, right? Did they? Yeah, Stipe and DC did that, right? But from here, I just think that, yeah, that would be the right thing. Whoever wins, give this lady the shot. And that's all I can pretty much say, just, you know, not even speaking as like this hardcore Carla fan or anything like that, just speaking as somebody that wants to see a good fight and that understands hard work that was put in, you know. So, yeah, man, moving forward from here, I think that's the best thing. My final thoughts, just sit it out, wait for the winner of this fight, build yourself up for the biggest fight of your career. Let me know, guys, what y'all think. Combo Breaker 99, I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.